Welcome to DigiTrading, where I speak about how to work from home. Today I'm reviewing the RevAir blow dryer. So I was gifted this blow dryer by a friend, but because I have been struggling to do my daughter's hair, we've been braiding their hair and I have to blow dry it before I go to the braider. But it's always a challenge because I have to blow dry it with a brush. It's very hot, it's uncomfortable for them, and I just struggle a lot doing it. So thankfully, I was able to use this RevAir. It was so much easier than I expected. It did take a long time. This is my first time doing it, so I was learning really how to do it. I'm sure I could get better texture. You'll see towards the end what the hair texture looked for each of my kids. But it was pretty interesting to use it. This is a very bulky machine, um, but it wasn't completely uncomfortable. I don't think I could do this on myself. It was comfortable to do it on someone else, though. It was like very, very easy to do it on someone else. I don't see myself actually putting my arm up and holding the machine for a long period of time. Each section of hair took about, I don't know, maybe 30 seconds to dry. The heat, it is very hot, just like a regular blow dryer, but it shoots out cool air towards the root of the hair, so you don't have that burning sensation on the scalp. So because it shoots out cool air, it was very refreshing for my kids. They were able to tolerate the whole thing. Every once in a while, the heat would penetrate and go a little deep into their scalp, but for the most part, the cool air that shoots out right on the roots of the hair really did help a lot to prevent them from freaking out every time it got a little too hot. But it was amazing to use this. It really wasn't as heavy and loud and bulky as I was told it was. I guess I was pre-warned. Each section was really, really easy. It didn't, maybe because this is my first time, but it didn't blow dry their hair as straight as I would have liked it to. It did leave it a little, I don't know, it wasn't stretched enough for me. It was definitely much longer than their natural hair, but it wasn't, I don't know how to explain it. It wasn't stretched as much as it should have been. But this is perfect for to start it off for getting their hair braided. It's also perfect for maybe starting, an iron, like to do a silk press on them, to flat iron their hair. I don't know how long it would last. I don't know if the frizz would come back, when you go out into the humidity. I'm in South Florida, which is practically 100% humidity all year. It's very rare that we have low humidity. Maybe in the winter, a couple of weeks of the winter season, but for the most part, we have high humidity. So I'd be a little nervous to test it out, going out just like this, without ironing their hair. I'm learning how to use these buttons, so I'm pressing right now the buttons where that controls the heat. I didn't know it at first. I was blowing a lot of cold air because I didn't know which notch blew out the warm or the hot air. Then I finally found it. You have to hit the one that has like the double line. That one is the hot setting. Otherwise, you're going to be blow drying with cool air, which is not ideal at all. My daughter's hair texture is around a 3C, maybe a 4A or 4B. I don't know. Between a 3C and a 4B. And so it's not very, very coarse. It's very, very manageable, super easy to brush, doesn't tangle easy. And the tangles that the knots that she does get are very easy to take, to remove. She's also not tender-headed, so it's very easy to do her hair. She doesn't struggle too much with her hair. So you take basically, the way this works is you take 3-inch section parts and you blow dry or you dry it for about 10 to 30 seconds. You can't leave it on too long. You don't leave it for a minute. I mean, for about 2 minutes. If you leave it for 2 minutes, it's way too long. It's definitely dry by then. I don't know if I leave it longer, if it'll straighten it a little bit more. The ends to me didn't look very smooth. They were very, very rough. I don't know if it's because they have dead ends or because they need a haircut. So I'll experiment a little bit more. I'm going to also post another video of like the second time I use this, or maybe another time that I use this once I have a little bit more practice. But for the most part, they were very, very comfortable with it. It did stretch out their hair a lot, just not as much as I would have hoped that it would stretch. I would have liked to see something like, where she could just go out with her hair like this, but I wouldn't go out with my hair the way I finished it yesterday. Not in this video anyway. I do want to try ironing it and see, how smooth it gets. But I was happy how it dried. It dried very well and very fast. And all in all, it took me about 30 minutes per child to finish. And these girls have a lot of hair. The next daughter, when you see her later on in the video, you'll see that she has a lot of hair. So if you continue to watch the video, you'll see that this is a real-time review. Of course, I'm, interacting with my family and talking, and people were asking me if they could get a sandwich, and, so you'll see a lot of interaction, but this is real time. This is real-time review, and you'll see that in 1 hour, I was able to finish two very, very thick hair. My daughters with very thick hair. So I mean, that's like, I don't know, that's record speed for me. I take very long to do their hair before we go to the braider, and it takes me forever to get it done. So I was very happy that it took me 30 minutes each. I did find that when I went to twist their hair, it was so smooth. It was really smooth. It was very smooth, no tangles, no knots. It was just so perfectly done. So I couldn't twist their hair easily. Their hair didn't twist because it straightened it so much, which is weird because it straightened it too much to make twist or any curls, but it wasn't straight enough to like go out like that. I mean, I guess you could go out like that if you wanted to. I just personally wouldn't. It still felt a little, I don't know, a little rough, but it was super shiny. So it's like it's a little confusing for me. It's a little confusing, but for me, it was maybe a 7 out of 10 doing their hair this way. I would totally do it again. I am looking forward to the next time that I work on their hair, that I blow dry it. I might blow dry it maybe this weekend because they have an event coming up. And then I'll probably iron it instead of just do twists. But I'm not 100% sure. So we'll see. In about 20 minutes, you'll see my daughter's real-time review on how her hair went. She does have a much thicker, coarser hair. Her hair is a 4C hair, and it is very, very difficult to do. It's not easy to blow dry her hair. It's not easy to brush it. It's very, very tangled. It constantly knots because she has so much hair and it's so full and thick that any movement that she does in her hair, not this one, but the other daughter, any movement that she does to her hair will just completely knot it. Like it's like a hurricane went through her hair and completely knotted her hair. I don't know why that is with that hair texture. So that makes it a very, very big challenge. This blow dryer was absolutely perfect for her. It just kept the pieces separate. It kept them straight. It kept them slick. And it helped her to have all of that thickness and fullness to her hair, but just it kept it smooth. So just continue to watch in real time, and about 30-minute mark, you'll see the next daughter come in to do her hair. we're getting near the end on this part, and we are this for some reason the top part just went really really fast, and this side went really really fast. Um, I guess I was learning the technique a little bit more. Maybe it was just getting easier for me. Right here, you're gonna see me pull my daughter's hair back, and it I didn't pull hard. I promise. She really pushed her head back, I guess, because her eyes were itching at the time. At the same time that I was pulling her back, and so it looked like I just slammed her head into the couch, but I didn't. I promise. I was being nice. I was happy that I was being super gentle, but for some reason that looked really rough. On this side, it just started to go really fast, and it was just so much easier towards the end. This is my daughter's hair texture. It is shiny, but it's not slick straight. And then you see these ends, they're like a little fluffy for me. I don't know. I'm gonna have to find some videos where other moms or other people have used this to see how their ends turned out. You could see the shine, but you can see that it's not slick straight, and then you see the kind of the crunchy ends. So, big, I don't know. Those are my, it's like conflicting a little bit. So this is my second daughter. This is my eldest, and she has 4C hair. Her hair is very coarse, very tight curls, very rough, and it tangles very easily. I think her hair is gorgeous. I love her hair. I want her to appreciate her natural hair, and I want to do the best for her because I know I struggled when I was a kid. I thought that I had bad hair, is what my parents called it, or back in the 80s and 90s. Someone who had curly hair was considered, like in the Hispanic community, we were considered to have bad hair or pelo malo. And now that I'm older, I mean, I have my hair up in a bonnet right now, but my hair is absolutely gorgeous. I have such beautiful curls. And, growing up in a community where curly hair is considered bad hair makes you feel like very self conscious about your hair. For a really long time, I felt that way. I felt that my hair was just unmanageable, it was hard to deal with, and I was always going to need a relaxer to be able to manage my hair. And when I finally went natural, I realized my hair was gorgeous. Hopefully, I'll be able to show that my hair in another video because to me it's just stunning now as an adult. I'm really in love with my hair, and I wish nothing more for my girls than for them to know that their hair is gorgeous just the way it is. If they want to make changes to it, I want it to be their choice because they wanted to and not because they had to or because they felt that society didn't appreciate their hair or didn't appreciate them just the way they were. So I really want my daughter to learn how to take care of her hair. It is right there. I'm taking out this big, massive knot. It is so extremely knotted. She actually has learned how to wash her hair on her own. She's 9 years old and she washes her hair on her own, detangles it very well. But in the back, I think, she's little, so I think she missed a few spots in the back, which is fine. I can take care of that. Unfortunately, I had to do it without conditioner because I didn't want residue like to be on the hair when I'm blow drying it. So I left it without any conditioner, and I really hate that she was struggling. I hate that she was in pain for that, but we kind of had to suck it up. We suck it up in my house. And I feel so bad for that. I wish I would have, had some time to go in and help her detangle her hair, but I really do trust her. She's growing up really, really independently, and she is an independent kid. She makes her own food. She picks out her own clothes. She does her own laundry. She's very, very organized, helps me out when I'm organizing the house and the pantry. So I trusted that she could do it. So this is her texture. This is her hair texture. It is very, very curly hair that knots easily. So you could see that I'm in big trouble now that I clipped it the way I did because then it had a lot of little knots and tangles. But as I was saying, she's very independent. She's just a super kid. She, helps out so much around the house, helps me so much, and is so loving and caring while she does it. So I just want her to feel loved and appreciated all the time. So she wanted to have her hair blow dried for a special daddy-daughter dance that's coming up this week. And I told them I could not do that. Like, I just could not do it because I didn't want to deal with the knots afterwards. But someone did give me this blow dryer just in perfect time for me to try it out. So maybe I can blow dry their hair for their daddy-daughter dance. Her hair is, as you can see, it has a lot of shrinkage. You'll see in a little bit where I show her length. It's very, very short. But this blow dryer pulls it out and stretches it out a lot, so it comes out a lot longer. She was very happy with her hair afterwards because it was so long. I've been telling her that I want to cut it just so it could be easier to brush, and that way she doesn't have to cry when she's, detangling her hair. You know, as she's since she's doing it herself, it's easier to manage in a shorter length. And so I wanted it to be, something that she can manage, and as she grows, that she allows her hair to grow as she can handle it. I do mostly do her hair. I do her hair, or I take her to the salon, or I wash it myself. She doesn't normally do it, but I have been giving her the opportunity, kind of like letting go a little bit so that she can try. She really enjoys doing her own hair. She finds it her peaceful time in the shower. So that makes me happy. It is my peaceful time too to like do my own hair. I'm by myself in my bathroom. No one's bothering me. I don't have kids saying, "Mom, I want yogurt. I want a sandwich." So it's my peaceful time, and I'm gonna give that to her too, because she enjoys it. So, but whenever she needs help, I'm there. Mom is there. Blow drying her hair, obviously, I wasn't gonna expect her to do something like that. It's very, very heavy for her. I wouldn't expect her to do something like that, but I would be very happy to teach her as she gets a little older how to do this on her own if she wants to blow dry her hair. It was a very simple process, even for her hair, which, since she has a more coarse texture than the other daughter, um, actually, this blower was ideal for hair like hers. It just made it so much smoother and easier to work with. I'm not sure how long I want to keep her hair natural. Um, I do want it to be easy for her to do because, she finds it enjoyable, and I want her to continue to find it enjoyable. I was smelling the blow dryer because I didn't know if it was like burning. I didn't know if it was hot or not. So I just wanted to make sure it wasn't burning their hair. But it was very easy to use. It was easy to use, especially on this daughter's hair, which usually takes me a lot longer. But it took both of them around 25 to 30 minutes each to do. Not bad at all. Um, I would not have gotten these results with a regular blow dryer. There's no way. I mean, not no way. It just would have taken a lot longer. I wouldn't have been able to do that in 20 minutes, for sure. Not unless their hair was a lot shorter. Overall, I really enjoyed using the RevAir. This is definitely a plus to have in my household. As you can see here, the hair is really getting nice and long. It's nice and stretched out. The shrinkage that she has on her natural hair completely goes down. You know, it just stretches it out. She didn't even know she had long hair like this, because when we braid it, even when you braid it, it's just not this long because it's not straight. So she was really happy with it. I was really happy with it. It was definitely a great tool to use for their hair. I wouldn't do it again for twists, like if I was twisting her hair out, but I would totally do it before I was taking her to the braider. This was incredibly fast, and it made the process so much easier. Thanks for watching this this real time review. It was amazing to try this out. Um, it was incredible. My friend gifted this to me, and I'm so thankful that she did. It was just perfect for these girls to have their hair straightened. I'm very happy about it. All in all, I would totally rate this. I don't know if I gave a rating earlier, but I would rate this an 8 out of 10, I think, after seeing both of their hair. 10 out of 10 for drying so fast, but an 8 out of 10 just because it doesn't stretch all the way. Or maybe I'm just using it wrong. So for my first time, I'll say 8 out of 10. I'm going to try it again. I am going to try it again and see if I get better at it. If you can see the difference, look at that. This is her natural hair and how curly it is and how short it is. And then it stretches to that length. So pretty interesting, pretty cool. We're just about done here. I'm probably at the last little strip that you're supposed to do like 3-inch strips. With her, I did a little bit thicker, like I did the 3-inch strips. With the other one, I did kind of like smaller strips. So I don't know if that makes a difference, but I like doing the 3-inch strips better. And we're about done. I wasn't a huge fan here. Like it just looks really, really dry. Maybe I have to put like a different, like a product before. And definitely